Fox News alert. Israel conducting an airstrike in Gaza overnight, saying that Hamas terrorists attacked Israeli troops on the ground there.
Israel is calling it a bold violation of the new ceasefire, putting the whole region on edge.
Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv with the very latest. Good morning, Trey. This is not good news.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. It's not good news. The Israeli military is currently striking the Gaza Strip. They say Hamas violated the ceasefire agreement. I spoke with one military official who said 2 separate attacks took place inside Israeli-controlled territory. One of them an RPG attack and the other a sniper attack conducted by Hamas. Most of the strikes this morning have taken place in the southern Gazan city of Rafah, but there is at least one report of a strike in the northern part of the enclave. This was a difficult moment for Israeli forces, having to make a decision about whether or not to start striking Gaza again. We also understand at this moment that there are warnings from the U.S. State Department against Hamas. Overnight, a statement was released by the U.S. State Department saying, quote, the United States has informed the guarantor nations of the Gaza peace agreement of credible reports indicating an imminent ceasefire violation by Hamas against the people of Gaza. And so we're looking at 2 separate things here. One, an attack by Hamas overnight on Israeli forces within the Gaza Strip. And 2, a warning from the U.S. State Department that Hamas is planning to target Palestinian civilians or the forces that are currently opposing their rule inside Gaza. All of this comes as Hamas released the bodies of 2 additional hostages overnight.
Damn.
We do know the name of one of those hostages from a kibbutz in the southern part of Israel. His name is Ronen Engel, and Israeli authorities released his name overnight after informing his family. This means that there are still 16 bodies belonging to hostages inside Gaza. Those bodies are supposed to be released by Hamas as part of this agreement, and they've been trickling out so far since the agreement went into place. But again, the latest information that we have right now, Israeli forces are indeed striking the Gaza Strip. The military confirms to Fox News after they say Hamas violated the ceasefire agreement. Guys?
Trey, really quick. So when Hamas violated that agreement and those rockets were shot over to Israel, were there civilians there? And then on the Israeli side, in their retaliation, are there civilians involved in that as well?
So we understand that Hamas violated the agreement by firing across the yellow line. This is the line that divides the Gaza Strip, where Israeli forces are currently in control and where Hamas is still in control. And according to this military official that I talked to, there were 2 separate attacks. One was an RPG attack, and the other was a sniper attack targeting Israeli forces within Gaza. The Israelis still control about 53% of the Gaza Strip as part of phase 1 of this agreement. If the ceasefire moves forward, they will pull back. But this yellow line will continue to be something that we talk about. Over the weekend, a Palestinian family was killed after an Israeli tank fired on their vehicle. Now, the Israelis say that vehicle crossed the yellow line in violation of the ceasefire, and after warning shots were fired, they targeted the vehicle. And so this yellow line will continue to be a sticking point in the negotiations about where exactly the line is located. Of course, the Gaza Strip is around 30 miles long, and so it's very difficult to know the exact points along the enclave where Israeli forces are in control and where Hamas is in control. But the fact that Hamas has launched this blatant attack against Israeli forces is an indication that they are not adhering to the ceasefire agreement. To fire a rocket-propelled grenade and to conduct a sniper attack is a clear indication.
Whoa. You know what? You know what's so crazy about this situation? I was just talking to somebody, and they were saying that as soon as they get the hostages, this is what they were telling me. They said as soon as Israel get the hostages, they're going to attack their ass and take the rest of them. I was like, well, they were going to leave their ass for dead before, you know what I'm saying, just attack them and just take the land. But I guess it didn't look right. But that's what I was situation. I don't really know the whole situ, but I'm just going to base it off of what I do know about this whole situation. I think it's, man, it's horrific. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how stuff like this even happens, you know what I mean? So when I see it, I'll be like, man, we so lucky to be in America because we don't have to deal with this type of stuff, at least at the moment. And like, I seen these people, bro, they really ran by like terrorist organizations, but I guess I'm not really too informational on all this information. I just thought it was a peace deal set and that Donald Trump vouched on it And I feel like I guess we were telling they ass to disarm, which we kind of had to, but yeah, they wasn't for going. I'm gonna be honest, bro. You see, and this is from like the outside lens looking in, right? And I'm just representing the U.S. Basically, what I feel like in this situation is that, you know, I guess let's say the terrorist organization, because that's what they label Hamas, right? So Hamas terrorist organization is their basically security for their country, but then they held the tropes. Okay, I understand all that in the drama. Now they're trying to trade back, bodies, which is fine, but then they attack you again. So why don't you just fucking take them out? Well, because y'all already said y'all got to disarm them, and they don't want, and they said they're not going to disarm. So this is actually maybe almost a perfect reason to run in there and take them out. They was going to do it anyway. I'm just thinking from the outside looking in, man. I'm like, well, January 6th, I think it was, right, is when Hamas took the hostages and stuff. And this actually does state that, in a way, Israel's right, and they know they have the hostages. Those are actually Hamas people, and the hostages got released. So they weren't just chasing their tail like some people say. They say that they believe the hostages are dead, and that's right to believe, but you had to know some of them are alive, you know what I mean? Because I think like 20 people came back, or was it 10? So they weren't just chasing their tail, let's say that, for Israel's aspect. They weren't chasing their tail, like they got families back together, but it seems like, y'all also asking them to disarm and shit. They wasn't for none. Fuck around and try to do it, take it to their own hands. Honestly, it's just best for y'all to go in there and take them out. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just thinking for the person that got the best hand power, manpower, which is Israel, and you told them you want to get them disarmed, and they don't want to do it, then do what you got to do. I'm just saying that I guess that's how you would think, right? If we were, the prime minister of Israel. And then the U.S. also is bagging that saying as well, because Trump said that he wants them disarmed too because they were killing Palestinians or something now. So we definitely can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess Israel wasn't initially trying to kill Palestinians. They were just going after Hamas. They were just a lot of victims that were Palestinian. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. Am I thinking about this wrong? I'm not really too much about it. I just look at the outside looking in as an American and see us like helping Israel. So tell me if I'm wrong in this situation. I just want to hear y'all opinion. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me in the comment section. Peace.